Oh boy, kids. Grab yourselves a helmet, because this is gonna suck. Today we are looking at Only God Forgives, a movie that was added to Pluto TV as of this recording earlier in the week, I think. I don't know, I went looking through the recently added section and saw it was like the 5th or 6th movie on the list and figured, oh boy, we are gonna have words. I heard the title right out the gate and immediately thought this was another movie that somehow managed to escape its confines out in pure flicks country and find its way into mainstream society like God's Not Dead. And just as a brief aside, because I don't want to make a separate video on this micro tangent, but I don't know what you people see in pure flicks, and I'm not talking about the Christian demographic they're aiming for. I'm talking about people like Ali Hill and Amanda the Jedi and some other people I follow who are talking about, oh, this is so much fun because it's so bad. Boy, I wish I was watching the same pure flicks you guys are watching, because it sounds like a lot more fun than the head desk inducing stupidity that I bared witness to. Good God, this service is a train wreck. Don't. I don't care how your friends, I don't care how much your friends tell you it's fun. I don't care how devoted to Christ and family-friendly entertainment you are. Just don't. Seriously, people, have some goddamn standards. Okay, rant over. And fortunately for me, no, it isn't one of those movies. It's not a Pure Flix movie in the slightest. What I got as an alternative is probably only slightly better, but only just. Oh, God. Only God Forgives is a movie that dives into the secret underground world of criminal Bangkok. Revenge, destruction, all that great stuff, I guess. I don't know. Outside what I read in the synopsis, this movie was not difficult to follow, but man. Okay, let me put it this way. Have you ever watched a movie and you think to yourself the entire time, you know, I can tell effort went into this movie. It's not bad, but man, this thing is just not gripping me, like, at all. I just can't bring myself to watch this thing from start to finish. I cannot do this. I actually had to watch this thing twice because the first time I just couldn't get through it. Partly because I made the mistake of watching it on my phone the first time, and it turns out there's subtitles, so I decided the second time around I'm going to bring it up on the big TV, and I'm going to actually read the subtitles, and maybe it'll make more sense there. And I guess, but the problem with subtitles is I function with one eye. I don't read especially fast. Anybody who has seen me stream knows this. And good God, you do not want to watch a foreign movie when I'm in the room, because you gotta pause the movie and I gotta read the subtitles, or you gotta whisper in my ear what the subtitles say, and it's just too much inconvenience. I generally tend to avoid subtitle movies altogether if I have to, you know, unless I absolutely have to sit through them. Not everything in this movie is in a foreign language. There are some bits and pieces in English, and I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say that the bits and pieces that were written in English were written by a space alien. Fortunately, not the space alien who gave us such movies as The Lobster. This alien perhaps has a better idea of how to make a proper movie, but let's just say there's an insult I've never heard in my entire life until I watched this movie, and I probably can't say it out loud because I'm far too white, and this is not the time for white people to be uttering any sort of slur, even if it's for, you know, to help you understand why it's not okay to say it. Let's just say it starts with a Y and rhymes with fellow triggered. I've never heard that before. I've never heard that one before, I swear to God. And I don't feel smarter for knowing it exists. This movie is a very, very slow-moving movie. And if you have no problem with movies that take their time, then you probably don't see this as a detriment. I personally don't see it as a detriment. I actually like a movie that takes its time and doesn't cram as much crap into 90 minutes as humanly possible, to the point where I'm starting to think somebody in the writing department has ADHD, and then I have to take a second breath in order to finish my sentence. I can appreciate a movie that takes its time. For example, one of my favorite movies of all time in the modern era is The Dark Backward, and that's a movie that really drags its feet and really takes forever to get from point A to point B. But aside from that one problem, it's one of my favorite movies, and I still like it. Only God Forgives, on the other hand, is not one of those movies I enjoy. This is one of those instances where the term style over substance comes to mind. It's not exactly as bad as the Spatula Man screaming, "Symbolism!" But it's just as bad, or possibly only slightly less bad at absolute best. It's one of those instances where I really want to appreciate the glorious visual art you were trying to show me, but at the same time I'm thinking, yeah, really pretty cinematography. Can we please move on with the plot? I have to go to work in an hour. I did research on this movie afterward, thinking that maybe there was stuff that I missed, or maybe I'm in the fringe minority and I can just plead my case here to see why people like this movie so much, maybe get a dialogue started in the comment box. Turns out this is a very polarizing movie. You want to know how polarizing? According to what I read, it apparently simultaneously got booed and a standing ovation at the exact same time. I mean, wow. I have never seen a movie get those exact opposite reactions at the exact same time like that. Well, I say that like I was actually there. I wasn't, but you know what I mean. Bottom line, you either absolutely love this movie or you fucking hate it. And I don't know. I don't hate the movie overall, but it's just got too much going against it for me to really want to watch it more than I absolutely have to. Sadly, this is an instance where lightning didn't strike twice for Ryan Gosling, and I'm going to have to give this movie 2 hats out of 4. And that's going to conclude this week's edition of It Came From Pluto TV. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring-a-ding the bell to show you actually mean it, and check out Tommy Teal Hat's channel for more Tommy Teal Hat flavored goodness. I'm Tommy Teal Hat, by the way. Just saying. Till next time, y'all.